Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code Godcast for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.
Peace. Today is Monday, June 24th, making today's math.
Wisdom, culture, freedom, all being born to equality.
That's right. Wisdom is the wise word spoken by the wise people. Culture is one's way of life. Freedom is to free the dumb from mental death and power. And equality is to deal equal in all forms of knowledge. Peace. I'm on point. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Yeah, we got Team Yanadameen in the motherfucking house. Make some noise. Yeah. Our live studio audience in the house. Make some noise.
Yeah.
We got motherfucking YouTube live up in this bitch right about now. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties earlier, but we back with the shits.
Word.
It's good, Digga.
I'm chilling, man. Just happy to be here, you know. The weather's breaking finally. I think we're seeing some consistency with this warm weather.
Nice, yes.
You kind of shiny.
A little bit.
Like,
it's getting
a little warm in here.
Getting a little misty in here.
A little bit.
Misty. Once the rain breaks, I think we're gonna be in full summer mode.
Yeah, we're getting like April showers in the middle of June.
It's gonna officially be summer tomorrow. I know I had said a few weeks ago, Memorial Day. That's like the symbolic summer. You see what I'm saying?
That's like, when the niggas start celebrating summer.
That's when the pools open.
That's when black folks start celebrating summer.
That's when you feel like, you know what I mean? Oh, the pool's open, it's summertime.
Set it off in Miami Memorial Weekend.
Officially, you know, by moon phases and all that, well then
the lunar calendar.
Yeah, then the real summer starts tomorrow.
Okay.
From the time that we recorded this.
Is that summer solstice?
Yeah, it would be the summer solstice. I assume.
Got you.
So anyway, we back. You feeling good?
Feeling great, man. You know, same shit in the news. Some cop done did something to somebody black. Somewhere in middle America, I'm sure there was a school shooting.
Listen, before we get
usual.
into the bullshit, because there's an abundance of bullshit going on right now.
Definitely.
If you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, Yanadameen.com/support, or bounty.com/Yanadameen. We appreciate you. We love you. We strive to stay independent. If you'd like to advertise with the show, that's the fucking word I'm looking for. If you'd like to advertise with the show, then email yanadameengodcast@gmail.com and we'll give you all the information to make that happen. Later on, you know, we're gonna have show focus to somebody that advertised a nice book with us, called Black Cream by Kenny Attaway. I'm going to talk more about this later, but I just want to shout this out right now and show you we are about that advertising life.
Okay.
So yeah, we're talking about the bullshit. I think we all saw this on IG, YouTube, wherever you consume your, mass media.
Your bullshit.
Yeah.
Wherever you consume your bullshit.
Wherever you consume your bullshit. Mm-hmm. And there was a video of a police officer basically threatening the lives of,
of a young black family.
A young black family.
A mother, a father.
For basically shoplifting, some bullshit. The daughter might have walked out of the store. Now that can happen all the time.
Which I wouldn't even consider shoplifting. Like, yeah, a baby grabs hold of some shit and
you're not paying attention. They inadvertently walked out of it. Oh my God, I feel horrible. We was not trying to steal. Now, whether they were trying to steal or not, because I think there were some videos that came out.
There's some reports saying that,
I don't give a fuck. The type of shit they were trying to steal and the context in which the stealing was happening did not call for the type of aggression and use of potential force that this officer showed towards a family. How old was the child?
The child was 4
years old.
The child was 4. The
Get out the fucking car! Get out the fucking car right now! Yes, get out now! Come get me. When I tell you
Hey!
The mother was holding a baby that she said was 1 and couldn't walk because the officer was yelling at her to put the baby down. So this child is 1 and, not walking. In addition to that, she was also pregnant.
Wow. And this man is threatening her with a firearm.
Well, stop. Even before you get to that, now, they got the father, they're slamming him against the police van, face to the van, and he's just like yelling at the back of his head, like all I hear the man is saying like, officer, I'm complying. Officer, I'm complying. You're better if I can comply. Like the officer is going nutso. He's going nutso. Before he even gets to the mother, he's going nutso to this man. He's kicking his leg. He's like, he's doing everything to subdue him, and he's already handcuffed face against the van. Now, that same officer in turn walks over to the truck where mom is and starts with his gun, starts banging on the window for her to get out the truck. She gets out the truck, the baby gets out, she's got another baby in her arms, and the whole time he's got his gun drawn on her, yelling at her to put her hands up. She's saying, I have a baby in my hand. He then goes over and attempts to yank the baby out her hand. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. She had to hand her baby over to a stranger, and as soon as she did that, cop yoked her up and turned her around and handcuffed her. It was so bad that there were actually, I could actually hear a white person in the background like,
oh my God, this is bad.
Can somebody like just step in and diffuse this? It's like, bro, welcome to our world.
Oh my God, even I can see this is not cool.
Like, no, you can't just.
This is not awesome.
No, you can't just step in and diffuse this. No, you can get shot for trying, if you're black. You can get shot for trying to, y'all can talk shit to the cops, but one of us will fuck around and get shot for trying to step in and diffuse the situation, especially seeing that this cop was already on 100. So this family is suing. They're suing for $2.5 million apiece, a total of $10 million. The police chief and the mayor attempted to apologize. The family rejected their apology. Kudos to them. Can we make some noise for them rejecting?
can't always be accepting these white people's apology
because you can't
out
just
here.
keep treating us like shit and thinking a sorry is just gonna make it go away. You're gonna pay for that. Like the child those children are traumatized. Like you can hear them screaming, "Mommy, mommy," in the camera, like they're traumatized. And for what? A Barbie doll? Like
a Barbie doll.
Yeah, like it's a really disturbing video to watch. And shouts out to Jay-Z, our good bro Hove is on the case.
Let's clap it up for Jay-Z.
Clap it up for Jay-Z.
What's he doing?
He's hired an attorney, the same attorney that represented 21 Savage, the same attorney that he sent in to help Meek Mills is also going to represent this family and make sure they get their due diligence.
You know, there's a lot of people that talk about, we got millionaires and shit like that within our community. How come they don't do certain things but this is why we need to shine a light on situations like this, because Jay-Z he's
showing improvement,
stepping up to the plate in a lot of situations where he doesn't have to do this.
You're right.
He can just take his fucking money and just go in a fucking corner somewhere and be like, fuck all of y'all. You know what I mean? I got mines. I don't have to help you. But the fact that he's in touch with certain issues, especially social issues that affect black people, that just kind of got to show you about his character, about the type of man he is. We already talked last week about his maturity, economic maturity. And we fucked with Jay-Z at the Yanadameen Godcast.
Yes.
That's all I can say. That's all I can
Friend
say.
of the show.
And he's the GOAT to me.
One thing is, and me as well.
Okay.
Brother. Well, Nas. It's arguable because Nas is my favorite rapper ever.
I feel like Jay-Z has more.
Second to Cool G Rap.
More bodies of work.
Of course. Yeah. We get all of that. But when it comes to them bars, though. Look, that's another. That's a whole segment in itself.
Yeah, that's a whole
Jay-Z versus Nas. Them bars. What?
I love them both.
Iverson Jersey, light skin with herpes. Them rhyme schemes, bro.
I can't front. Yeah, Jay-Z's that guy.
No, Jay-Z is definitely that guy. What I would like to say is, I want to see other people besides Jay-Z too. Like, where is Oprah when things like this are happening?
Right.
Like,
where's Tyler Perry? You quick to fucking give niggas fucking Christmas gifts.
Well. Now hang on.
When it's trying to get a nigga out of jail.
Hang on, because
where you at?
I don't want to, and I'm not saying this to diminish their capacity in any type of way, because we need soldiers on, at various points on the front line. But when it comes to something, where we're dealing with like real, systemic issues, I would expect to see someone like Oprah who will give the Michael Jackson survivors a platform. Like I would like to see you invest that same sort of energy into situations like this.
Right. And all I'm saying is someone like Tyler Perry, who might spend $250,000, on Christmas gifts at Target.
But don't diminish that.
I'm saying that's cool. But can we get some of that type of bread towards shit like this too? That's all I'm saying.
But he uses his platform to employ thousands of black people in Hollywood.
Cool.
So
and
let's
he also uses his money to fucking pay off Target. He also does that.
In addition to employing thousands of black people,
and in addition to that,
I don't want to.
Can you do some of this? That's all I'm saying.
But
I'm not trying to diminish. Yeah. I'm just saying, can you do this too?
I just think that's a bad example, because he does his part.
No, it's a great example.
He does his part for black people.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Give me that money. I'll show you what to do with it. I'll show you.
He has a whole production company that employs thousands, plural, of black actors and black production people. Like you can't minimize that in no way. So yeah, while he's doing that, Oprah, stop pacifying these white folks. Let's get some. That's what I'm talking about. Like, Tyler does his thing.
Fuck that. So does Oprah. Oprah be doing. She be opening schools for African girls.
Okay, true. Well, like I said, you know, we have different soldiers at different points on the front line, but I would definitely, Don't be diminishing Oprah. I want to see the I'm still mad. I'm mad at Oprah for them Michael folk, but anyway.
For the who? What?
For the pretenders that were. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say they pretenders. For the alleged victims of Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah.
What she had to do with that again?
She gave them she after the Finding Neverland or Surviving Neverland.
Right.
She did the whole big expose with them.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see you using your platform for that. I want to see you using your platform for this. Right.
And so wait, so hang on.
Don't you come for Tyler Perry ever again. No,
do we almost think that the thing that she's done with the exonerated 5, was that almost a way to try to clean up what she did with the other fuck up?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Kind of feels that way. Let me get on the right side of some shit for once.
Yeah,
Because I got on the wrong side of it when I did that Michael Jackson shit.
And I understood, you know, she was trying to give a voice to survivors of rape and molestation, but when it's still being, you know, picked apart and and things are being revealed, that timelines are off, and even the director can admit that this and that didn't add up, but they have to put their story together. Like, yeah, you know, can't be just jumping all on board for that. Trying to desecrate the legacy of the late great Michael Jackson.
That's right. Giving you hot flashes. Giving this woman hot flashes.
Make me feel some type of way.
Don't you start with Digga.
Fuck that shit.
Giving her fucking hot flashes over this shit.
Anywho, but you know, shouts out to everyone in the community that does their part. Shouts out to the T.I.s, shouts out to the Killer Mikes, shouts out to the David Banners, Meek Mills, everyone in the hip hop community that does their part to stand up for justice and uses their platform responsibly. We salute you.
Okay, so moving on. One of the founding fathers, I guess you can call him, of hip hop, just recently received a prestigious award, I guess you can say. Grandmaster Flash, okay, from the Furious 5. Clap it up. Grandmaster Flash, I used to try to duplicate every fucking cut that I would hear him do back in the days as a DJ. He received a $130,000. It's called the Polar Prize, and that's supposed to be basically like the equivalent for the Nobel Prize of music.
Okay.
Yeah. So Grandmaster Flash, his real name is Joseph Sadler. He got this award from the King of Sweden. This is some shit that the Swedish give you.
Nice. Isn't it interesting how overseas and just foreign countries in general will, you know, worship the ground we walk on and really like acknowledge the accomplishments and the achievements of hip hop, but you go to a show in your own backyard, everybody's standing around like what song you got on the radio?
The King of Sweden is giving this man an award.
I'm just saying.
But I could almost guarantee Donald Trump don't know who Grandmaster Flash is. Maybe he heard the name in passing.
Donald Trump won't even apologize to the exonerated 5
Well, we can
to this
get
day,
to that in a second. But
I'm sorry, I'm jumping topic. I'm just killing the segues. I was just trying to be slick with I wasn't even thinking of the segue. I was just, you know.
That's why you gotta always be thinking, Digga. You gotta always be thinking.
Well, technically.
I mean, that was a good segue if we was just gonna jump to that right now, which we might as well in a second.
No, I want to finish praising Flash.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, you know, again, where is Sweden? Like, over there some fucking where. Hip hop started over here, these are black people that did it, yet he's not getting the equivalent of that award over here. Well, hang on. I guess white people would say that Grandmaster Flash and them got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, thus, to them, that would almost be the equivalent of this. Do you get money when you get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Because this come with $130,000. I'm just saying.
I'm nowhere near inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
This come with $130,000
I have no
now,
idea.
which is like $1 million something in this in the Sweden shit. But
I get my bottles and VIP service and just call it a night. I have no idea what it feels like to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man. But
a quick little quote from Grandmaster Flash.
Word.
Speaking to the banquet ceremony after receiving the award, he described how he began his early career. He said, "This thing that I did had not existed before, and I was one of many where I'd come from. It ended up being called hip hop, taking the drum break from pop, rock, jazz, blues, funk, disco, R&B, and using duplicate copies of records. I would take one section and repeat it over and over again. This self-made music bed served for the break dancers and later for the MCs."
Nice.
Shout out to Grandmaster Flash, man. Congratulations.
Word.
You know.
Speaking of break dancers and MCs, real quick, I just want to shout out the event that I did this past weekend in Minneapolis. I think I want to start a chapter out here in Jersey or even New York.
Chapter?
Well, the event was called The Ladies Love Dilla. So I did a show. It was basically like a commemoration for Jay Dilla.
Okay.
The first day was like an all-female lineup, and I was the headliner.
And you're all about that.
Yeah, I'm totally here for the ladies. And the second day was like a day in a park where they called it Summer Cypher, and literally it's just a park with 4 walls and people are spray paint graffitiing on all 4 of the walls. There's
While the performances are going on.
There's a big piece of linoleum in the middle of the park. People are breakdancing, graffitiing. There's a DJ stand set up where people are taking turns DJing sets as well as playing beats, and there are mics set up for anybody to do their spoken word, rap, what have you. But no, it was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Like it just, I felt like I was in like, a park in 78 somewhere. Like, wow, like this is dope. It's like breakdancing and kangos and.
Let me ask you something. What do you think was the male to female ratio at this function?
I would say half and half.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was definitely half black, half white, Asian. Like it was like everything and everyone. Like it was a completely like genderless, colorless environment. Like everybody. I'm saying there wasn't like, oh, it's a bunch of men, it's a bunch of women, it's a bunch of black people. Like there was it was just music. It was just hip hop. It was men, it was women, it was children, it was black, it was white, it was Asian,
but it wasn't
Indian,
genderless and it wasn't colorless. It was multicolored and multigender.
All right.
Is what you need to say.
All right, okay. Thank you.
Let's clarify that.
Okay. So clarified, but yes, the moral of the story is it was just hip hop. And it was great. And I would
So what do you mean chapter? Like what kind of chapter?
No, I'm saying I never.
You would like to throw one of these functions?
Yeah, like I don't see anything like this in Jersey. I mean, I see festivals. I see, I see concerts where a bunch of people just getting on stage and rapping, and I see crowds. But I've never seen, I've never seen a space where like you're watching all of the elements in motion at the same time.
So
and
real quick,
it wasn't predominantly this race or predominantly that race. Like
you
everybody
have
just
5
came together.
minutes, right now to put this type of energy in the air, like Where would you do it? Like, based on what you saw, where do you think would be the prime place to do it in Jersey? And like, you see what I'm saying? Who would you have there? All of that type of shit.
Well, I would definitely need to do some.
And does it have to be Jersey?
Doesn't have to be.
Well,
I'm from
So,
Jersey.
yeah, let's go Jersey.
I would love to set it off in Jersey.
Go ahead.
I would definitely have to do some location scouting, because just based on what I saw, I can't think of a place offhand where people can just freely graffiti in an enclosed space like that. Like, I would automatically think warehouse if it had to be like 4 walls, but I would want it to be outdoors.
They used to do like schoolyards back in the days, like in Harlem with a Graffiti Hall of Fame. You ever been there before?
No.
So the Graffiti Hall of Fame, it's actually like a public school, but it's the schoolyard, which is sunken down a little bit, and it got all the walls around. So like the playground, the walls of the playground is actually the Graffiti Hall of Fame.
Because that's what made it dope, that it was like all 4 walls.
Right, so that's how it is at the Graffiti Hall of Fame. So
it's like, while graffitiing is going on, there's smoking, there's edibles, there's break dancing going on, there's kids dancing, it's girls dancing, it's hippies, like, it was just a hodgepodge of
vendors, food, all of that type of shit.
Everything. There was the food truck pulled up.
Right.
I was just sitting there like, wow, this is great. I can't think of, any time that I've experienced something like this in Jersey. So, shouts out to my girl Cass for bringing me out. And also, I was also pleasantly surprised because my flight got delayed till the next day. So I got to stick around for an Art of Rap concert that was also taking place in
Art of Rap?
Art of Rap, Ice-T's Art of Rap.
Oh, okay. First of all, I almost thought you meant Art of Noise.
No, there was an Art of Rap.
Remember Art of Noise though?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
There was actually an Art of Rap concert happening this past week, Minneapolis, and 50 Cent was the headliner. Your boy was the headliner.
Oh, he's been going hard on the other people. My shit was nothing.
But I saw EPMD there. Shouts out to EPMD, DOS Effects, Busy B. I heard a new Busy B song. Shouts out Busy B.
Rockin' to the beat.
I heard a new Busy B song.
Well, I'm the man that sets off of the Art of Rap. Like, I have the first interview in that movie. You know that, right?
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I set it off.
Ice-T performed. When he does colors, man, that's something about that record just does it for me.
Ice-T got dope over the years. I'm not gonna front. Like, his later work is
Shouts out to his daughter.
iller than some of his earlier work. But listen, we gotta take a break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about for the last fucking segment.
Actually, we have a guest coming for our next segment.
Oh, right. That's right. We do got a guest for the next segment.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So check it out. When we come back, we're going to have Shay Johnson from L&HHM Miami. Peace. All right, y'all. Yeah. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
And between us, right about now, we have our esteemed guest. Welcome to the show. Shay Johnson in the house.
Get it in. Make some noise for Shay.
You may know her from L&HHM Miami, or even originally Flavor of Love. But, right now she's an evolved woman, and she's here to talk about, certain issues that's close to her heart right now, and things that we're into here, especially health-wise. And we're gonna get into that in 1 second. But before we continue, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, bounty.com/Yanadameen, or Yanadameen.com/support. If you'd like to advertise with the show, go to YanadameenGodcast@gmail. And we appreciate y'all. Thank you. YouTube Live, we here. What up? Everybody's happy to see Shay in the house right now. Yeah, right there. That's YouTube Live right there. So yeah, Digga. You good?
Yes, I'm Gucci.
We got the queen here today.
Yeah.
Your people shouted us out, and we thank you for that. You know, we thank them for that, and we're glad that you know, as you made your rounds here in New York, that the Yanadameen Godcast was somewhere that you felt that, you know.
That's right. That's right.
I absolutely had to come here.
We really appreciate you. We you know, we've known you. We feel like we've known you from over the years.
Yeah.
You know, 2006. We're gonna just briefly go, you know, past. We're not gonna get all into details, but you started, and yes, you correct me. It wasn't there. The beginnings of reality TV.
Your
All right.
opinion is your opinion.
Yeah.
That's
But
fine.
I feel like for me, because I wasn't really like into some of those earlier shows, but like once Flavor of Love came out, it seemed like, oh, they're really trying to go after like niggas. You know what I mean? They're going after black people right now.
Right.
And I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I was there for all the wildness that went down, and you were definitely someone that stood out, you know, amongst the
That's a good thing.
fray. Yeah. Like, how did you even get that, if you mind?
Craigslist.
Huh? Craigslist.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
posted
wow.
it
Yeah.
on Craigslist.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, working for the state of Georgia, and I seen, you know, under Craigslist they have a section called gigs. So I clicked on there and just tell you about different castings and things like that. So it came across, and Craigslist, you don't know what you're going to get a lot of times.
I was gonna say,
Because
did you
got
know what it
Craigslist
was?
killers and all type of weird stuff. Just in case it was real, you know, I went ahead and filled out the form and sent in the 5 sentences they asked for. And they called me within an hour by the time I was on my lunch break. They
Oh,
came
wow.
to see me a week later, and I had a long extended interview, but they gave me my contract.
What do you think the sentence was that made them call you back within an hour? What do you think you said that made these motherfuckers say,
they asked
oh,
me-
we need her?
They asked me so many questions, I don't know, and I was having a bad day. So my answers were just on point.
Very
And
candid.
you didn't give a fuck.
Very extra. I did not care. So I was like, wow, maybe that was good that my energy was where it was. But it got me on the show, and that was the beginning of my reality movement with Shay Johnson.
Right.
Did you have to send a picture in too?
No, they took a picture of me right then, right there.
Oh, so they just got the sentences before even knowing what you look like.
Everybody didn't get their contract right then, right there, but I was just one of the ones that I guess they liked my personality.
You said some shit.
Yeah, clearly I said something.
So you did Flavor of Love. That was an experience. People got to know you. You know, I'm not even gonna get into, because I know you don't even like that nickname that you were given at that time. We're not even gonna call you that here. Although a lot of people know you by that. But anyway, so how did you now, fast forward, you know, who hit you up for this Love and Hip Hop Miami, or what were you on, Atlanta first, and then
Well,
how did?
after Flavor of Love, I did Charm School with Monique.
Oh,
Right, I remember
Yeah,
that.
and then I did a show that never came out, I Love Money. The second season never came out because someone passed. And then I went to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
But hang on, you got paid, yes?
Yes, we got paid for what we did. But
Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for getting paid for work that never comes out. I've experienced that before. It's a lovely feeling.
No, I get it, but the majority of the income.
But I'm sorry that
was
somebody
after-
passed away.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was sad. It
Yeah.
was, I hate talking about it. But after that, of course, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, then Love and Hip Hop Miami. But Amina Diop, I've been with her for years. She's the one that actually got me on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Okay, is that your manager?
Yeah.
Okay, so, she got you on there, like, okay, that's dope. Well, shout out to her.
Yeah, and I'm still working with her to this day.
Right, so she got you on there, and then,
I went to Miami where my brother was. My baby brother lives in Miami. He's been there 10 years. And I wanted something different, and the money was different.
right,
The
and so they
positioning was
said,
different. They let
since
me
you
be-
here in Miami,
Oh,
you know.
I didn't allow them to wait. I didn't wait for someone to call me. I reached out and again and again, and it just happened.
so you inserted your will.
I prayed about it, and I put my faith behind that and worked behind it, and it worked.
You see, that's the intention of the mind, people. Like, the intention of the mind, when you decide something in your mind and you just make it happen, like you don't take no for an answer.
Gotta pray it into
That's-
existence
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
Some good shit.
Yeah.
All right, so now you're on there snatching broads' wigs off and flossing them.
Every now and then.
I don't watch it like
every
that,
now and then you got
but
speaking
I
language
happen to
bitches
see
understand.
that segment right there. And that was quite entertaining. She said, ha ha, bitch, I got your wig, bitch. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was your impersonation. That's your Shay.
Well, in that moment, I'm not gonna. That's pretty much what she was doing, right? That's what she did, right?
The voice and everything.
Listen,
I'm just messing.
I'm not some.
No, he always impersonating people. I just be getting a kick out of his impersonations.
This is just. They're never meant to be exact. You see,
in your head, if you had to snatch a wig, that's how you did it.
They're caricatures. You see, they're caricatures of a person. So the same way an artist might draw some shit, and yeah, the shit is a little exaggerated, is the same way when I do my voices of people.
I got you.
They're caricatures of the person at the time,
Right on,
how I see it. You did? All right.
Right up.
So now let's move fast forward. Let's get into a little more serious subjects. On the show, you know, part of your storyline was the fact that you had some health issues dealing with fibroids.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I can relate. I have the worst, extreme case of fibroid. I can't even leave the house during the time of the month.
Now, I knew this was something that y'all had in common.
I have questions.
Talk.
Oh, please.
Talk, sisters.
Yeah, it's bad
They
for
say
me.
Lord Jamar
Like,
be interrupting. I'm just going to listen right now.
I've tried every process under the sun, holistic and otherwise, and I just said, you know what? I give up. I'm getting a hysterectomy. You win. Whatever powers that be is
So they're
putting
long
this.
and extended?
Yeah.
Past 14 days, how long?
Mine's is basically the same diameter as like a baby. Like it's like,
So it's a small fetus.
yeah, like mine are huge.
Yours were bigger. How many do you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
I have 2 huge ones and 1 maybe medium size.
Are you uncomfortable when you sleep?
But see, that's the thing. I don't experience any pain. I don't experience like the suffering that I hear the majority of women talk about, like pain during intercourse, things like that. Like,
Are you anemic?
I am.
It's because you're probably losing too much.
Way too much. I mean, I could really get into like how much I lose, but it's, yeah, no, it's.
Feeling like you're gonna faint sometimes?
Well, I haven't, my iron hasn't dropped to the point of where, you know, I felt like I was going to pass out, but I've had transfusion before, and I get iron fusions regularly to bring my iron back up. I have them, my daughter already had surgery to have hers removed.
Myomectomy or hysterectomy?
No, she got the myo.
Okay.
No, she you know, she's in her early 20s, they wouldn't.
So in her early 20s, she had fibroids. How many did she have?
1.
She had one?
She had
What
one.
was
She had one big one, but it was causing her to hemorrhage and.
Was she going to the bathroom a lot?
Mm-hmm. But no, we both do it. It's crazy.
Well, that's the symptoms I had. I was going to the bathroom 2-3 times an hour. My clots came out larger than the size of my palm. My periods were extended from 6 days normally to 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
I was hemorrhaging. I was fainting. I bust my head.
Your iron dropped.
My iron dropped. I am totally anemic. I have to be on iron pills even now, which I didn't like what they gave me because it makes you unfortunately constipated.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to take stool softeners, and it's a process for women. What I didn't like with my process is when I went to the doctor, they made it seem like it was just an everyday thing, as if it was nothing. And I didn't like that feeling because I've never been through this before. It was hell. It altered my life. I didn't have a relationship. Like, what man wants to come into that? If I was dealing with somebody already, of course, I wish I had that, support. But I didn't have anybody. And so I stopped dating so I didn't have to bring them into my situation. So it was very depressing. It was sad. I pushed my fitness, Shay Fit, to the side. I just didn't want to do anything.
Right.
I allowed them to grow so big, they had to do a myomectomy or hysterectomy. They gave me that option. I don't have kids. I don't want kids, so I chose the myomectomy because it was pushing against my bladder and I couldn't stop going to the restroom. I had so many accidents
Oh,
with my menstrual.
well, I'm like, welcome to my world. That's why I don't leave the house. I just don't leave the house when I know. And with me, I was refusing to get a hysterectomy because I just felt like that was the automatic go-to. For some reason, I felt like black women are disproportionately affected by fibroids. And then, my conspiracy theory brain started going crazy. Like, wait a minute, I'm hearing this link to perms. I'm hearing this link to us getting our nails done. Is this, this is something, I'm going deep in my brain. Like, wait a minute, is this something that was designed to make black women sterile? Like, the first thing the doctor recommends is hysterectomies.
Real quick, is this common amongst black women?
It's common amongst women, period, but African American women.
We have it's disproportionate, the amount of black women.
Disproportionate amongst black women.
Right.
But it is
common.
What we consume, I think it has something to do with everything you just listed. Birth control.
Right, not just one thing. A family of things.
I never took birth control. I haven't had a perm in over 10 years.
But both of your nails is on fleek.
And
goodness gracious.
I don't
look
get
at
perms.
those nails.
Look at different culture and look at their nails. But the African Americans receive the majority of this diagnosis. Why? It's not because of just nails. It has to be something else.
No, I'm just saying, both of y'all have really nice nails.
I'm
just saying this.
That's all. I'm just trying to give y'all a compliment.
I know they attribute it to sometimes lifestyle and food. Like every article you read on fibroids, they'll give you a whole list of
what it could be. But they're not even sure
of possible mitigating factors. But one thing that is a fact is that it definitely affects us way more than it affects women of other races.
But to me, that's not enough information, and I think they need to do more research for sure. And I do believe herbs work. Why? Because I took them and it suppressed my symptoms. I don't know what herbs.
What herbs did you take that helped you suppress your symptoms?
It was a company called thehealthyhand.com, and they have just tea and just pills that you take. I did both of them. Because I was willing to do whatever at this point, jump off a bridge, like anything to get rid of it. That's how painful it was. But when I started to take them month after month, my menstrual started to change. But I kept going to the restroom. I couldn't stop going to the bathroom, and it was embarrassing at this point. So I rushed into a situation to have a myomectomy. So they just go in, remove the tumors.
Okay, because I don't really know what that is.
Well, let's start with what fibroids are. They're benign tumors that grow in your uterus.
Correct. I know that.
But everybody don't.
Okay.
So we're talking to
Thank you. Yes.
Right now.
Well, here's the camera and there's a camera.
And
you can
we're
choose
also
whatever.
live.
Yes, we are.
What I would suggest you guys understand that benign is non-cancerous, but these tumors can cause a lot of different symptoms that we deal with daily that can affect your everyday life. So I had a bad case. She just explained to you she had a bad case, but what I can tell you I did, I worked with the company, thehealthyhand.com. I took the PT and pills, and it actually worked. So now I'm a spokesperson for fibroids. Also, we have an event coming up in Miami. It's our first event, my PR and I, Jen. I want to bring more awareness to
Shout out to Jen in the house.
I would like to know if you would be interested in coming and sharing your story with the women that will show up.
I absolutely would.
Knowledgeable about this.
I absolutely would. Anybody knows me personally, they know what I deal with. Like
I would love for you to come.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love. So after the show, we'll talk about that.
I'm not even disclosing like all of the all of the stuff that I have to deal with to keep it contained, but it's definitely debilitating and it does affect quality of life. So
absolutely.
I would love to participate.
When you and I were talking earlier before the show, some of the people try to talk about nails and hair, but I said a thing that I think people might be overlooking is our diet.
Oh yeah, absolutely diet.
That our diet actually could be a contributing factor to a lot of dis-ease that we just as human beings experience, period, let alone fibroids. So that's told me, right, so that's why I want to ask you now. You said you actually have changed your diet. So I want to know, A, what was your diet previously, and what have you changed your diet to now, and what differences have you seen, what benefits have you garnered from doing this?
Before, I was eating everything fried. I loved Popeyes. That was my favorite spot. Barbecue chicken.
Popeyes is fried in beef lard. Just to let you know. I didn't know this for a while. I used to like Popeyes. I'm not gonna front. Beef lard. Yeah. Don't do it.
I loved my mother's sugared yams, you know, and everything she would make would consist of salt and sugar and everything that I didn't need, but I didn't understand.
Well, you're from Georgia, yes?
No, I'm actually not. My father was in the Army.
Oh, so you moved around?
I was born in Hawaii. I was there 8 years in San Francisco, New York, Milwaukee, then Atlanta, now Miami.
Well, what is your parents' background as far as?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And my father, he went to the Army. That's how we ended up in Hawaii.
Got you.
But a lot of people, I just was in Atlanta, and I had my start in Atlanta. But I'm glad you asked me the questions about my eating habits, because I had terrible eating habits. Bread, I could eat a whole loaf of bread. All I gotta do is take off the ends and smush it to a nice ball and eat.
Are we talking white bread?
Yep, any bread. I don't care. Bread. I love bread.
I used to be a bread.
Are you smushing it into a ball?
Charlie's, they got the best bread to eat. Yep, push it into a ball.
I used to do that at the end when I just didn't feel like eating no more. Then I would make little. I'd wet the bread a little bit, make little balls, and like. Very sculpt it. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Hey, Kendrick ate syrup sandwiches. So
I used to do shit like that.
See, I missed that. I still ain't get that far.
I done had mayonnaise sandwiches back in the days. You kidding me?
I hear that. I'm not a mayonnaise fan. But.
Yeah, I don't eat mayonnaise at all. I couldn't. It's gonna make me vomit. Oh, but I had a bad eating habit. So what I stopped doing was chicken, pork, beef. I stayed away from bread.
Well, you should have been stopped eating pork.
No, I did. Pork was done before.
Good.
So for the past 4 years, it's chicken and mostly beef. You know what I mean?
Right.
But pork over 10 years.
Good for you.
My system. So it's just, how do I feel was your last question?
Well, you know, what are the benefits that you feel that you've gotten from changing your diet?
The benefits is my energy level is different. My skin, I can tell, is different. I used to break out a lot. My skin is different. I just feel more like that I can do more. I think better. I move better. I think it affected my mind. I can't explain it. I don't know how changing your eating diet did that, but back in the day, we didn't have the type of foods and processed foods we consume.
Well,
today.
I do know that, you know, nowadays, like foods contain so many hormones in them, and hormones are a factor in making the fibroids grow. Like fibroids function like babies. It's almost like they feed
off blood.
Right, they feed off blood. They feed off the same nutrients that, you know, that I guess that theoretically a baby would. So when you're taking in these foods like the chicken, especially because one of the things they tell you to try to stay away from is meat, especially when you have fibroids. Like, you know, if you have to eat meat, try to eat organic. Like anything with hormones, anything with preservatives, anything with sugar,
and which
dairy.
is most of the crap that they're shoveling people out here.
Those are the things that you can purchase that's cheap.
Right.
But anything expensive,
these are the
natural, they want you to come out of pocket.
And those are the things that
and that's almost like a
contribute
conspiracy
to
against poor
growth.
people from being healthy.
But if I keep you in a position, I can always take from you. You know, but if I give you what you need, you'll never come back to me. It's the system in all different areas, and that's the same thing when it comes to the food system, our health. Most doctors, they prescribe a temporary fix, something that will suppress your situation, not heal you. Why? Because I need you to come back. I need to receive more from you. If I heal you, the money is done.
The money's in the medicine.
So how long have you been, you know, a changed woman as far as your eating habits and your lifestyle?
I started to change my eating habits when I got into fitness, Shay Fit. But I took it extremely further than I did back then when I had to deal with fibroids. Because I was told by everyone I talked to, because I spoke with 3 doctors, several holistic individuals, and they all said, diet, diet, diet. But I'm like, okay, I did change my diet, change it even more, because it's something you're doing. And I knew it wasn't a perfect diet, but now it's just more strict.
Right.
Maybe her body can take more than my body, or my body can take more than hers. You have to learn your body. Learn and watch what you consume into your body, and you'll see a difference.
Now, do you feel like you're almost like a calmer person now?
Yeah.
than you were?
In situation.
Yeah. I mean,
It depends.
of course, when agitated, we all can go to a certain place.
Yeah.
But do you think that that place is a little further away than it was when you were,
Well, yeah.
eating like a savage?
You know what? Because I can think more clear. So why take a certain approach towards a situation that will end up here when I can get there anyway and just move on? Like it doesn't make sense to sometimes be irate. Now, I'm not perfect. I get in situations, especially if I'm in love with somebody, where my emotions take over. But I'm learning.
You're
Are
work
you
in
in love
progress.
with anyone
Yeah,
right now?
That's right.
Are we in love with anyone right now?
I definitely have love for someone, but I am single.
Okay.
Hey, you hear that?
I'm
You hear that, gentlemen?
That was I got love for someone, but I'm single.
That was dog whistle. Like,
Nice
hey,
answer.
I'm being in town for the next few days. I'm just saying.
I got love for you, but
I'm in
not-
the NY area. Holla.
Well, listen, man, this was a great conversation. Like, really, just
I appreciate that.
sitting and hearing y'all just talk about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What y'all
Yeah.
go through as women, and this sounds like some shit that, like you said, black women suffer from this disproportionately, and this is something that we need to bring awareness to. So, how can people get in contact with you or whatever you promote? What do you got? You said you got a thing going on in Miami again. So tell us about that one more time before we get out of here.
For the ladies that have fibroids, if you're trying to relieve your symptoms, you can go to the company I work with, which is thehealthyhand.com. They also have a Instagram, thehealthyhand_. Also, if you want to ask me any questions, because I talk to ladies all the time, almost every day, about fibroids, follow me on Instagram. I am Shay Johnson. Send me a DM or email, whatever you want to do. I answer all questions when it comes to that. I'm dealing with it. I know what you're going through, and you are not alone. Outside of that, follow my fitness page, Shay J Fit. And thank you for listening to my story, and thank you for having me.
Word.
That's great. On that
Give
note,
it up for our guests, y'all.
everybody, Shay Johnson, and we'll be right back.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey!
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got Team Yanadameen up in the motherfucking place. A motherfucking live studio audience in the place. Yeah, we back. You look like you was just in a trance for a second.
I did?
I just caught you like,
Oh, no, staring at the camera.
oh, okay. You just look like you was in a trance for a second.
Oh, no, I was looking at
Looking out into the world. Okay.
looking at the camera.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, we back. We had our special guest, Shay Johnson, up in the motherfucking house. Clap it up. We were talking about, the seriousness of fibroids and,
Yeah. I think we were chatting off camera. She's like, oh, wow, no, your shit is real. She said, I thought my shit was real. Your shit is real. Like, no, I'm seriously.
I just had to sit here and just sit
just
to the
sit
side
back.
and be like,
Like, we for 2 seconds, we forgot she was here. Like, yeah, girl, you ever dealt with the girl?
them shits be as big as a
I can't even
softball.
No, it's grapefruits.
Now, is there there's not a male equivalent to this, is there? Like, to
To
fibroids, you
fibroids?
see what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. I guess an overall health equivalent could be a hernia. I know men. I know a few men that have suffered with
I feel like prostate cancer seems to be.
But it's not. But fibroids aren't cancerous. They're benign.
Yeah,
they
but for
are
the man, you
tumors.
see, it's even worse because it's not benign. It is cancerous. Just saying.
Okay.
You did?
Okay. But I wouldn't call that the equivalent. I think that is
worse.
Is a whole nother monster in
Right,
itself.
right.
I would say,
I was just wondering
I would say hernia.
because
I'd say
equal is not
hernia.
always identical, and yes, men and women. We're human beings, but we are different creatures that suffer from different, you know what I mean?
Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. We're smarter. Yeah. You had to stop and think for a second.
No.
That's the process.
I just had to pump the fucking brakes for a minute.
You was about to say something real misogynistic.
Nah, because I was gonna go with you. Yeah, like we did. You said, man, but then when they put the "we're smarter" part, that's when it's like.
Well, scientifically,
like hold up,
we do, mentally.
Who's telling you these lies?
Maturity level.
Fuck's telling you these lies.
We do develop.
Fuck's telling you these lies.
Than you guys.
Same people that's telling you other fucking lies. Don't believe the hype. Okay? Don't believe the hype. Nah, you know what? I ain't even gonna front.
We are smarter.
Maybe.
Good for you.
I'm not smarter, just maybe more in touch with certain things. How about that?
Definitely.
How about that?
Definitely.
But we all serve our purpose, and you know what I mean? Men are different for a reason, and women are different for a reason. Mm-hmm. And when you put the two together, you have a whole. You see?
Yin and yang.
Right. But you need the yin and yang.
That's right.
And you can't say stupid shit like, oh, I'm an independent black woman. Like, did we ever talk about that before? That whole idiocy of independent black woman?
I'm not sure. Is that the equivalent of bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks? Oh, okay.
Hold up. That ain't my record.
I'm just
that ain't my motherfucking record. Whoa.
I never said I ain't need a man, so where we going with this?
I'm just saying, like you hear this a lot in the black community, but I've never heard like the saying, I'm an independent white woman, or I'm an independent Asian woman, I'm an independent. I'm an independent black woman, and I don't need no man. Like, when did that bullshit even start?
I think that started when the men started being inadvertently removed from our homes, whether it be jail or death or...
I'm sorry, but goddamn, this is a hell of a segue.
Deadbeat daddyhood, like it just kind of like a culmination of things, just kind of like, I don't know, kind of dampened women's spirits throughout the ages.
So it's funny that we even get here, because I didn't even really want to talk about this yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into it real quick. We have a book here. The name of it is Black Cream, a handful of sky and a pocket full of confetti novel, by a brother named Kenny Attaway. And it's funny because the book, now I haven't read it yet, I know the basic premise of the book, and I'm gonna, on all full transparency, this is a paid advertisement right now. But this book is about a young man who basically is living in a household where the man was removed, like what we're talking about, and how his mother would bring in different men and, stepfathers, and the abuse that would happen, you know what I mean? And it's almost a common story that happens amongst a lot of young black men, you know what I mean? Especially when you have that removal of that father, that original father figure for whatever reason. So yeah, y'all check this book out, Kenny Attaway, Black Cream, a handful of sky and a pocket full of confetti. You can get it on Amazon.com, and where books are sold, and check it out. I just thought it was interesting how it segued right into the book.
Yeah, it's depressing, actually. I hate to think about it. It's funny, I saw something, total sidebar. I saw something on Twitter where a woman tweeted, I was raised to, with the notion of, I have to take care of my husband, I have to prepare dinner for him, I have to, like just kind of, basically, caregiver for a husband. And I saw so many negative tweets towards her. I'm reading the tweet because I'm ready to retweet it right
like
now,
that's
sis.
positive, right?
That's dope. Like more women should think
and
like
they'll
this.
put a woman down for thinking like that.
The comments going at this woman, I felt bad for her. It was like, oh, so basically you were raised to be his mama? Oh, so you must like...
You want to be a slave? You're a maid?
I was like, what's wrong with everybody? Like, it's okay to be this kind of woman.
Right.
Like,
and these be women that don't have a man or
it's
whatever.
It's like you can still... but I don't know if it was just... I was taken aback. Like, I was really scrolling down the timeline like, wow, this is where we are in the world. Like the notion of the man being the provider and the protector and the woman being the caregiver and you know, being in servitude is like some fucked up shit now. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Listen, black women don't fall for the okie doke.
I don't know. I don't even know if this was like black women.
All of that. I'm just saying, back to my original premise of how they say, you know, the independent black woman. That comes out of fear. That comes out of they're scared that they're going to be vulnerable. They're going to do all of this for this black man, commit herself, and then he's going to leave her. You see, that's where that comes from. So they say, you don't want to depend on a man because if he ever leaves you, then you want to make sure that you're good. And we got to address our men too, because when a woman does give herself like that, you can't just turn around and fucking shit on her. You know what I mean? When she's been vulnerable to you, gave her all, you know what I mean? Gave all of herself to you, and now you see she's economically dependent on you, and you use that against her. That's some fucking bullshit.
I think that's a whole nother show.
So that's what'll drive women into this whole, you know, I'm an independent black woman type of bullshit. But
I think women just have to relearn how to be independent and self-sufficient, but still understand that you still have to take, you know, if you're going to have a man or a significant other, you still have to like learn how to balance the two.
Well, somehow this weirdly segues us into our next topic about women's independence. So prostitution is becoming...
Oh shit! That's our next topic. Just total disclaimer, I have no idea what the topics are when I walk into this show. I just play
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes I do. Every now and then we might chop it up. We might have an argument or two before the show, but oftentimes I'm just rolling with the punches.
So prostitution is becoming legal in New York State.
Is this like now, like soon?
How soon is it, guys? When is this gonna happen?
This is like a fact? This is something on the floor right now on C-SPAN? What are we talking about?
They're gonna get back to us with that information in a second. But apparently, prostitution, legal sex, you know, work, the trading of money or valuables for sex.
I know what's going on.
Look at my sign language. This is trading the money.
I know what's going on. I'm gonna tell you what's going on.
What's going on?
It's too many big wigs sitting in the room right now like, yo, y'all fucking up our happy ending spots. We got to do something about this.
Well, it's funny that you say that.
I bet you
because
hold up.
This legislation seems to be coming quite soon after what happened to your boy Robert Kraft.
Yeah, see.
Now I know he's not from New York, but maybe he likes to come to New York to fuck with them hoes.
You know that.
I don't know.
It's a secret society. All they ask is trust. Can't be blowing them up and escorting them off in handcuffs the day after they win the fucking Super Bowl.
Now, what I find interesting is, you know, there's a lot of, this seems like this, it's almost a pattern now. Like there's certain things that, especially black people, were able to create sub-economies, within the hood by doing certain illegal activity. Selling weed was one of them.
Well, I'm about to say, we got the...
Selling weed is something that a lot of people was able to, you know, make their little, you know, augment whatever the fuck they was doing with that fucking money. Some people were even able to fucking take it to a whole next level. But it was illegal for us to do it. Now, white people, they want to fucking get in on the weed industry. Now weed is legal and we can have dispensaries and we're going to fucking muscle black people out of that and make sure that this is basically an industry that only white people could fuck with. When you go to now I'm not trying to glorify this shit or nothing, but I'm just talking about traditionally. When you go to the pimp game and all of that, there's a lot of black pimps. You know what I mean? Like that was an industry that certain black people indulged in. Fillmore Slim, all these type of Magic Don Juan, you know these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Was able to,
Bishop
you know,
Don Juan.
Bishop Don Juan. Magic. They call him Bishop Magic Don Juan. Same shit.
That was cute.
The green suit, nigga. What I'm saying is black men was making this money in a subculture, you know, where white people really wasn't in, you know. How many white pimps did you know? Now white people might have been in the bigger side of pimping as far as like pornography. But I'm talking about street pimping.
Now, because we're talking about prostitution. Like honestly, that is the first profession. No,
that's what they say. I don't know that.
I mean,
that's the myth.
I can't confirm.
We don't know that that's the first profession.
I can't confirm or deny who invented prostitution, but we do know prostitution has been going on for
there were prostitutes
centuries
in biblical times.
I'm pretty sure them pilgrim bitches was getting
selling
into.
pussy. Yes. On the boat and all of that.
Mayflower man, bitch.
It's a long trip, ain't it? You ain't had no pussy, have you?
I'm pretty sure somewhere back in Plymouth
Check this
Rock,
out.
Niggas was like, ooh.
5 potatoes.
Mayflower Maggie.
You can get this pussy. You can get this pussy. 5 boiled potatoes.
Hey.
Cause that's what they was bartering for shit like that back in the days. Boiled potatoes. I bet you bitches was selling pussy for boiled potatoes.
I guarantee prostitution was the oldest profession. I can probably see
good
that.
cuts of meat they were selling pussy for. You know, like the breast meat. You see what I'm saying? Like the good piece of the cow, whatever that was.
Hey, over there in Jack the Ripper days, shit, they was prostituting for grapes.
Were they? For grapes?
Well, there was.
Are you serious?
One of Jack the Ripper's victims. Apparently that's how they linked them, because they had like grape residue on them, and at the time grapes were only for the rich people and the royals.
So you might sell pussy for grapes,
to have
like caviar.
They were getting lowered in with grapes. They knew they had a high price trick.
Wow, that's a nice little fun fact. I didn't even know that.
Total fun fact.
That's almost some shit you could battle me in Jeopardy with.
That's how they linked them all. That's how they linked them all, because
they was feeding them grapes.
They were all
they all had graped up
residue of grapes, and like, wait, what these prostitutes doing with grapes? This is only for rich people and such and such. So that's where all the stories started coming in, where that Jack the Ripper could have possibly been a royal,
a grape connoisseur,
doctor, or someone with some money. Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
total sidebar.
Okay, so prostitution, like,
how would that
what's
work?
the chain reaction of that? Is what I'm saying. Like, what's the chain reaction?
Instagram thought into a whole nother level.
It's gonna go from selling pussy on the low to selling pussy on the high.
That's going from the DM to the timeline. Like, you could just lay out the whole menu on the timeline.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
From the DM to the timeline. Wow, that sounds like a book. Like for real.
From the timeline to the stories.
Wow. And it's gonna almost legitimize prostitution in certain women's eyes. You see, well, it's legal. What's wrong with doing it? It's not illegal. I should be able to do with my body without like.
Technically, I mean, in all honesty, technically, it's only illegal by law. Like I feel like I feel like in every other capacity, it has been kind of like legalized.
Is it morally okay?
I mean, no, I'm not saying morally. Morally and legally are two different things. I mean, when we see nowadays the way like stripper culture is celebrated, I mean, let's keep it a
right,
buck.
and that's one fucking one cough away.
That's 1 degree
one
away
booty
from,
shake away.
Yes.
From
you can legally go in the boom boom champagne room.
And we know, and if we keep it real,
you know what's going on in there.
Plenty of strippers are part-time prostitutes. Like they find that right nigga, they're going home with him. You know, you give them enough money, like, you know, trust me, yeah, it's going down.
Every other rap.
There is sex in the champagne room, depending on who you are.
Every
okay?
other rap song.
How about that?
Pay me, and then this and that and the third. So hey.
I just like. What's the of all the laws that could be passed? You see what I'm saying? Like, we got laws that could be passed that can, you know, help the carbon emissions and you know, like you see what I'm saying? Like. Why are we choosing this now? Like to make prostitution?
We can get some reparations.
Like, which rich motherfucker really decided, hey, y'all gotta have to lax up your pussy rules in New York, because when I come to New York, I have a hard time hiring some prostitutes. Like, and this is some bullshit. What are we gonna do about this?
Shit, there's
I got enough money to lobby.
What's all these websites with the swipe left and right, the Tinder, the hookup sites, and
right.
all this shit is already happening. We're already there.
There's hang on, there's a site called, we were talking about this earlier, I think it's called Seeking Arrangements or some shit like that. And basically it's a site for like sugar daddies to meet sugar babies. You know what I mean? And you know, party in your profile, you'd be like, yo, I'm such and such, da da da. Fuck with me.
Need your bills paid?
Your bills is paid.
Need your tuition
exactly. Need your bills paid, you know what I mean? All I need is some Heady Munster, you know, once a week, like, you know? I'm not hard to please, like, you know?
ain't got health care? Baby need measles vaccination? Come on, holla at sugar daddy.
No, it's like a dick. Holla at your daddy. Yeah, this is where we at.
God bless the child. Anywho.
And how do the pimps feel about this? I would feel that the pimps are not very happy about this. Like, cause in a way, well, maybe yes and no. Because you feel like you wouldn't.
You know what?
They're still gonna have to convince the girl that they need them.
I think
and if they could do that, then it would be good for the pimps.
I think the pimps. I think there will always be like a purpose for a pimp, though, if not for nothing, protection. I feel like maybe the days of just giving them all your money is over, but I think there is some sort of, you know, that umbrella of security, like, hey, you know, these are my girls, guys know
and
that.
And plus, you know why? You see, because hoes need assistance, baby.
Okay. Wait, that's your pimp voice? Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear Godbody Lord Jamar's pimp voice.
Because hoes need assistance, baby. You know what I mean? They can't be just running around. They liable to fuck everything up, girl. That's why they need a nigga. You know what I mean? You need a real pimp nigga to show them what time it is. to put him on the right track.
I'm just picturing you right now with the
You see what I'm saying?
collar
With a
and
motherfucking weave and all. With a
the
perm.
fish tank and the fish tank platforms and shit.
I ain't gonna lie. In another life,
Yo, that would be
had
our
I
day
not
in the
had
70s.
got knowledge,
Your man was on
I
some
might
shit.
coulda.
Yeah,
I might coulda.
yeah.
The qualities are there.
Can I get any one of our viewers to
Qualities are there.
draw us a meme of Pimp Body Jamar? I would pay to see that.
Well, hang on.
I need the Florsheim shoes. I'm gonna need the fedora. I need to see all
Real
of
quick,
it.
I wanted to address this. We were talking last week. You were a little mystified about the live audience and said there was a lot of dudes and all of that. And I received a message in my DMs, and the brother said, "Tell Digga the reason why there's so many men that watch this show is 'cause of her. It's 'cause of you."
Oh,
So they
Thank you,
trying to
guys.
say that niggas is here, that we got so many niggas because they come every week because they want to see Rah Digga.
that's a lie. I'm trying to butter. Look, I almost felt
That's
it
what it
though.
said though.
The guys hate me.
But
They're
then
like,
that made me feel like chopped liver because I'm like, well, where the girls at?
Guys be like,
Hey.
oh, she's always overspeaking
You know,
the
you know
guy.
ladies love
She's
Lord J. Why y'all ain't here?
the guys be cussing me out. I'm always overspeaking him. I don't stay in my place.
Well, as long as you fucking keep this fucking peace
Oh,
sign
yes.
together and stop.
I get cussed out for this in all my pictures that take.
It's not
like,
Woodstock anymore, okay?
All right, all
Peace of the gods and earth. That's what the fuck we doing. Okay, there you go. See, you just gotta get in the
Got it,
habit of
got
it.
it, got it.
Gotta get in the habit of it.
No, but thank you, whoever that gentleman was. Thank you, I appreciate the love. I just be wanting more women in the audience because when we have these men are from Mars, women are from Venus combos, I just be on an island all by my damn self. If I asked what was the question we were debating before? Oh, would you tell a guy you had a baby on the way? All
Right.
the men are like, no. I'm like,
Why fuck up the peace?
I'm the only girl in here like, no, for real. So I would every now and then like some estrogen in the room. But shouts out to all of you. Give yourselves a round of applause. All you men in the room. Men in the room. Hey, I got one homegirl with me. She's working the camera.
That's all right, but she here every week
Every
supporting
week.
you.
My
okay?
girl.
You got at least 2 sisters in the motherfucking house.
How much time we got?
We getting ready to wrap it up.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Real quick.
If you had one album in the whole wide world that you could only listen to from now on, you can't listen to no other album in the world.
Damn.
No other album in the world. You gotta pick one CD to listen to for the rest of your life.
Wow. Don't do that to me, Digga. That's not even a fair question.
One
like,
CD. You got
no, but first of all,
for the rest of your life. You got
you
one
probably
CD
end up
to
hating
listen
that
to.
CD after that. After if that's the only CD you can listen to. So you're gonna and the thing you love, you're gonna end up
You
hating
can't
after
see. You
a
know
while.
what it is? You can't think about it. You just gotta spew the first thing that comes to mind. Because if you think about it, you're gonna be like, wait, but then there's R&B.
Nation of Millions to hold us back.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. That's first thing. Okay.
Public Enemy, Nation of Millions to hold us back. To me, that's one of the greatest hip hop albums ever. Like the way it was put together, all of that was just fucking retarded, yo. Fucking retarded. And it's just right up my alley with the message and the sentiment,
Damn.
the energy. Like, that's my shit.
I feel so substanceless right now. The first thing that came to mind was, ooh, Mobb Deep, infamous.
Why? Because I like the Danny. I don't know.
Mobb Deep, infamous.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I answered your question. We answered our questions.
Yeah, see, that wasn't so bad.
Well, listen, we appreciate y'all coming, spending your time with us. We love y'all. Come
Or
on
is it
back.
Illmatic? Oh God.
Oh shit.
Oh God.
Listen.
Oh, I can't
Come
think
fuck with
about
us
it.
next week. Once again, for Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga Digga.
Peace.